On that note, we welcome you back to the papers. Yes.
Okay, it's both ways. Welcome and goodbye.
Yes.
And I saw President Cyril Ramaphosa of South Africa return once from a foreign trip. There was just one Air Force officer and a few, maybe 3 people around.
Yes.
We really don't.
Let me welcome to our guest who's here with us.
You're welcome, Mr. Habib.
Welcome, Mr. Haruna. This is a situation we want to discuss. Anyway, joining us for the front pages is international journalist of repute.
Yes, Mr. Habib Haruna.
Yes, Mr. Habib Haruna. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Good morning.
Yes.
I mean, you've been in close quarters. You've walked in the corridors of power. Could you explain this protocol? Does it happen at state level too? Do the cabinet, members of the cabinet, are they expected to go
state
to
assembly,
tarmac?
By the way, I must commend the message and the delivery. That was perfect delivery. The message was apt, succinct, and very instructive. I've worked with the governor in Lagos State, not Edo, Osun, Ekiti. In Lagos State, Lagos State governor, Governor Akinwumi Ambode, a decent man, first class administrator. And you can see what he did when he was there. You can see the achievements. Governor Ambode will not allow this kind of thing, inanity, this kind of unceremonious demonstrations that you are saying. He will not take it. And the governor does not even allow his NDC to stand at his back. When I look at the ADC standing there, if you look at public officials now, there's always someone at the back.
Even their wives.
Even their wives. So I want to wonder, is he part of our colonial relics or something that somebody must be at the back?
It's guarding.
Because when you watch world leaders, most powerful leaders in the world, both even monarchies, King of Morocco, who's anybody at the back?
You're right.
What is wrong with us? So when that thing happened last week,
we saw the
president just came back
of Imo State, Lagos State.
The president just came back
Finance
six
Minister.
days before then. And these people were in Abuja at the airport. Doesn't mean that, because to me, governance is a very big thing. It's a big thing. They don't take this thing serious.
And some of these ministers are superintending very serious ministries.
And why should
the governors
and why should the president allow it?
And sometimes they actually meet abroad. After waving goodbye, they will now meet.
They will still go abroad and welcome me. They will wave goodbye at the airport. Curiously, incidentally, and sadly, they will still be at the airport welcoming the president.
And this cost money.
Are we okay?
Okay, while we are waving president, I would like
you to please send me that your message. I want it.
While we are waving president and that's being criticized, Nigerians are complaining about the state of the economy. The front page of the Daily Trust says, schools resume amid biting economy. Parents are going to be paying school fees. It's a very interesting time to be a parent and to even have children. We also have here how Boko Haram killed 63 in Borno. This is a tale told by the survivors. Workers to federal government, 70,000 naira minimum wage, insufficient. Fuel scarcity looms as tanker drivers begin strike today. Well, they may or may not go on strike depending on the outcome of the meeting between NUPENG and Dangote, the government, as well as Ipman and all the other stakeholders who will be in the meeting at 11 a.m. today. Federal government threatens X over anti-Tinubu post. Showore vows resistance. We also have gunmen killed 23 in Katsina, Kaduna, Plateau, Kwara, Niger. Look at
And there's also workers to federal government. 70,000 naira minimum wage, insufficient. Okay.
So all the stories there, not one good news.
There's good news. Daily Trust Board of Economics lists strategies to combat poverty. That's if they listen to those strategies, then it might be good news. At least it's solution driven. Which one of this?
If you guys have been more than casual in looking at these things, they have been gale of bad news.
Yeah.
Every time I come to this studio to look at the dailies and the front pages, you are bound to see bad news. Major. Most of the stories are bad news, and it's unfortunate. Look at this NUPENG and Dangote fight, rate that means to ball to a major fuel scarcity. Look at the debt recorded in Borno and some other parts of the north yesterday. That was rightly identified by the lawyer stroke broadcaster here. They look at the state of the economy and the school children that are resuming today. These are the major stories that we should be looking at. Are they resuming to a better future? Do we have enough infrastructure for them when they resume? Do we have security? Can the student in Borno, in Zamfara, in Katsina resume the way the one in the southwest and particularly Lagos are resuming? That are the issues that we as journalists should bring on the table and tell our leaders to look at. Rather than going to the airport and wave him goodbye, ceaseless goodbye to our president. So, to me, in journalism, when it bleeds, it leads. We have the current problem of these insecurity things. And I'm happy that one of the daily that I look at every morning is daily trust. Daily trust is becoming increasingly critical of the government. I have to tell my friends who are the government supporters, if government have their own facts, put it on the table. Not just, for example, we are writing Twitter now about the post that Shore did against the president. These guys operate in a different level. Democracy. They're not comfortable with it.
Yes, the United States president is
you go to court.
Yes.
No, we should always say that we not remove it. As wrote Shore, yes, they said they are looking at it. The legal department. How do you say you guys should remove it? Remove what? They are not comfortable with it. Get him arrested. Take him to court. It's as simple as that. The man is expressing his views on what is going on in the country. But people are not happy. And Shore had a platform and a name. So we have to be careful.
But the manner in which he's expressing his...
No, that is the opinion.
It's defamation.
Shore, you see, let me tell you something. Shore, people like Shore, people like Peter Obi, they are very important. They are ingredients that nurture democracy. You can't silence it. It's my personal friend.
We're not saying silence.
You cannot say you should not talk.
But looking at the number of followership they have,
that is his own opinion. If you're not comfortable with it, you go to court.
Saying the president is a criminal. Can you prove it?
I can't say that kind of a thing.
Yes.
I measure my statement before I say it. But Shore is
shouldn't he be more measured?
He should. But since he has done it and say you're not removing it, you take him to court. Let the court and the father say on it. So there are processes in democracy, not just drastic act. You remove it.
All right.
And he said no.
Let's now mention to our audience, if you'd like to call in and let us know what you think about these stories. Your opinion counts here on Breakfast Central. The numbers to call are on your TV screen. Please be a part of the show and be our virtual analyst. Let's now share what the Daily Independent has, or the Guardian, actually. Let's go to the Guardian. The Guardian is a very busy paper this morning. National Grid faces 5.6 trillion naira revenue loss as premium customers exits.
Where did they go?
Where did they go to?
You don't mean it?
They are doing solar.
Okay. Mayhem as thugs invade rally for Obi Roads Vival in Lagos. Why have they added Obi to this mix? Obi did not say he's leaving Labour Party yet. He did not.
No. Obi was supposed to be there.
But it's
Obi,
not his.
Atiku was to be there, but they did not come. And you see, I identified with APC. People know where I belong to. They equally know that I detest in strong terms when the ruling party is trying to muzzle the opposition. I think the constitution allows people to associate freely. These people said, notify the police, which is not compulsory. The government will take approval from the police. It's supposed to notify them. We are having a meeting where revival with the camp to ADC. The police should have, in a democracy, constitutionalism, they're supposed to allow them and protect them. But they were not allowed. They, according to them, they organized 3 venues. The first one, they were not allowed. The second one, thugs went there They invaded the place. And the third one, they're able
where they now
to do
did.
it very fast.
Very smart thinking.
Smart guys. So I don't think it's good for us. You see, any government in power has a tenure. You will go. Anything can happen in the next election. So that the citizens should always demand the right. If you don't demand your right, that is why they say vigilance. Vigilance is all the price to pay for liberty. Must be vigilant, because it's very easy for people in power to trample on your rights.
So what kind of remedy do we get in this scenario where the police has been accused? And in the past week, this is not the first time the police has been accused. With the one that happened in Kaduna, Nasir El-Rufai also accused the police of being complicit. So if the police has been accused and a finger has been pointed at them as being part of those who are encouraging the attack, how then will the citizens get justice? Because it's the police expected to investigate itself.
That's why I said people like Showore should be appreciated and applauded. Showore has been campaigning that this IG is illegal. That his tenure was extended for obvious reasons, to perpetrate and consummate an agenda of some people, you know, and that is what is playing out. The police is not impartial, and the police should be impartial. The police normally should be impartial, but when the government in power is interested in the tenure of the IG, let you not know that the IG was retained, the tenure was extended to do some things, and that is what we are seeing. So I think citizens should resist it. Civil society should resist it. The space should be free for everybody to express themselves.
But the police never accepts responsibility. They release
no, they should.
gaslighting Nigerians.
You see, that is what we are doing.
Denying
the
and
media is
very defensive.
The media is part of the war, part of the segments of democracy. And that's the role we are playing this morning. And we are putting the focus on the police to come and explain to Nigerians and to Lagosians why certain people were denied freedom to express themselves.
And for the Nigerian police to act, is it necessary? If I'm having a private party in my house, and those invade, do I need prior notification? Do I need to inform the DPO of my area?
That's the private part. That is the private part. This one is association of politicians meeting in a certain place.
But regardless
of, imagine that they did not tell the police.
Yes.
Shouldn't the police swing into action to protect them? Is that not the police's responsibility?
This is society. That is the normal business society. But ours is not.
What does this mean for 2027? Because we're starting to see
the signs.
A rise from 2023. Now it's rising. It's becoming even. It's becoming worse.
That for an ordinary thing, not even campaign, as something as simple as decamping.
So when you go to campaign in that area, what will happen?
It's not good enough. You see, when you go to advanced democracies, the police is not responsible to the man in power. It's not. The police is dependent on the executive. Even UK that have problems with government, the police is responsible to the parliament, not to one individual, not a part of government. But in Nigeria, the IG is appointed by the president. So invariably, the IG is accountable to the president and not the National Assembly on all the people. That's the problem you have, because the IG knows that if he messed up, it can easily be removed. So we are in a very at the crossroad there. I need to guide it very generously. But democracy is not a destination; it's a journey. But at the same time, people in the police force, they should do more to protect the people, not protect individuals. In other words, they should do more to protect the institutions, not the individual. But we have a long way to go.
We do have a long way
in this enterprise.
Okay, still on the front page of the Guardian newspaper, we have here, prominent Nigerians push for electoral reforms ahead of 2027 polls. Insecurity, northern leaders demand state of emergency, sack of service chiefs. Army neutralizes fourth terrorist, arrests 64 suspects in nationwide operations. Parents groan as schools resume. Imo outlaws some practices. And at the top, Dangote-NUPENG face-off. Federal government urges caution. Showore, CSO's pushback as DSS asks X to delete anti-Tinubu tweet. Customs exempts $300 parcels from tax as cargo owners decry duty payments disruptions. You can see here there's a picture, invoice settlement, power sector subsidies overview. Federal government's total subsidy liability stand at 5.6 trillion naira as of August 2025. And you can see that in 2025 alone, Jigawa, Zamfara, Lagos, Delta, and Katsina already signed renewable energy deals, while the federal government plans to remove its agencies from the grid, leaving the national grid with households without capacity for solar or businesses without gas-fired plants. So there's so much breakdown there. But away from electricity, I want us to talk about this as quickly as possible. School resuming today for parents, because 70% of the people on this table are parents. Some are still paying school fees, some are not paying school fees. I know that some people are right now, their heart is cutting as school has resumed. Imo State has outlawed certain practices. I went to look for them.
Like most states too.
Yes, that they have prohibited schools from demanding pupils and students to submit items such as shovels, hose, cutlasses, rakes, brooms, mopping sticks, buckets, hypos, detergents, bottles of Dettol, soap of all kinds, toilet paper, A4 paper, or pay unauthorized levies before being admitted or allowed to sit for examinations across all 27 local government areas of the state. So this was happening before.
Yes.
Many things are happening in those states, yes, in the government schools.
And even some private schools.
So the state has a duty.
All sorts of levies.
They have a duty to make sure they control these things. And don't forget that any government that don't lay premium on public schools, they cannot be good at development. So not private schools, public schools, it's very, very key for government to be much more involved.
Because that's where majority of Nigerians can afford.
To make sure that our students, our pupils are well educated, to give them security. That is what is happening in Lagos and some other states in the southwest. I don't know about where I come from, or the north. In these states, there are security agencies are involved in making sure that the students are protected. That's why we hardly see any news of a report of kidnapping in these schools nowadays. There are security agencies placed in many strategic points in these states to make sure they are protected. At the same time, Nigeria, we have the resources, to make education free in both secondary and primary. The money they are wasting now, but the money they are wasting all over the place.
Even if tuition is free, don't be exposed. Don't tell them to
be giving them even one meal per day. We can afford it, but it's a misplaced priority. What we are seeing, we must encourage our pupils to be well educated and be well fed,
and just to mention,
can have a better future.
The Imo State has even gone a step further to protect parents and guardians. They said, let Nigerians and Imo parents, guardians, and stakeholders breathe. If you see anything going wrong at any primary or secondary school in Imo State, you must report it via text to 0707 659 3298, the commissioner advice, and I'll take that number again, 0707 659 3298. So this is for parents and guardians in Imo State. I wish all states would employ this.
These are good news coming from Imo.
I love it.
Despite the fact that the man is always at the tarmac in Abuja, even good back to our president. The man recently increased wages for workers in Imo. And what we are doing now is a proactive measure.
You know that increasing of wages for workers in Imo State was another thing that it generated controversy, because they are saying that it's not by increasing. Are you going to actually pay?
No, but they have done that. They have said it. So it's for us to hold him to his words and make sure they are really paid. It's a good sign.
All right.
And it should be applauded. Even this one now is a project measure.
We have a call from. Let's take this call from.
It's better than that news we are hearing of them.
Up and down.
Okay. We have a call from Engineer Aminu from Borno State. Good morning to you, sir. Hello, good morning. Sorry, lost that.
It would have been good to hear from him, from all the way from Borno State, to hear if he had a report or feedback on what happened.
There's one thing for governments to issue directives. It's another thing for compliance. Exactly, to follow up. So I hope the Imo State authorities would make sure they have on-the-spot inspection.
Correct.
And have agents go around all the schools, because people have ways of defying orders, especially
zones.
Just by making that order, you've stopped some people from chopping.
Exactly.
Some people will take those hypo, sorry for mentioning the brand, the bleach and the cutlasses and go sell it. We sell it. Because how many grasses are they cutting? And that's another conversation for
It's really another conversation.
Should the students actually they say
the
it's
ones
part of
buying all
discipline.
those things. I beg.
They're the ones cutting
the story on the front page of almost all the papers. This NUPENG and Dangote.
Yes, so let's talk about that.
Yes, I think it's important to talk about it because the NUPENG is a very powerful association, workers union. You know, that's the junior workers in the oil industry. That is NUPENG. Senior workers is PENGASI. But NUPENG is more powerful because they're the one that goes around to distribute and make sure that we buy something to buy at our filling stations. What they are saying is that they are accusing Dangote Refinery of treating workers poorly, of not allowing union to flourish, of not
being anti-union.
Yes, of promoting anti-union agenda and not pay them well. They will put it down the figures that the Dangote workers are poorly paid, you know, and they've given them enough sign written to them, ultimatum, they're not abiding.
I mean that's quite shocking.
So that is why they now threaten strike.
The richest black man.
They don't want to start today, but the FG yesterday intervened, and they are saying that even if the meeting, but they can't disobey the federal government directive. Even if the meeting is holding, they are hell bent in going on strike.
One major issue that they have, or complaints that they have, is the fact that Dangote or they allege that Dangote is trying to stifle unionism, such that the newly hired tanker drivers for the CNG that will be imported, that they would force them not to sign an undertaking that they will not be part of NUPENG, that instead they will be a part of a union that Dangote is creating. And then the argument is now, is this constitutional? That you as the employer want to force them to be a part of your own union, but you ask them from being a part of a union outside?
They're created.
Yes.
I think the FG will intervene and I caution the Dangote people from. So that's why I was saying this while, you know, if you allow this man to control the oil industry, the monopoly will be difficult to control. That's what we are saying, you know. And I think FG will caution them to do the right thing, because if NUPENG goes on strike, all of us will suffer.
We've not had fuel scarcity in such a long time. You know, we've gotten used to this rhythm where you need to buy fuel, you just drive in. It's been long. Last year, 2 years ago, chaotic. We had fuel scarcity for months, not 1 or 2, 3 days, like 1 month, 2 months.
You cannot steal full unionism. It's not allowed. Allow them to function.
So how do we then find that middle ground?
Negotiate with them. Well, FG will intervene. That's not government. Government will cut down to order. You know, that will be a middle ground. But what is very important is that the upshot is that workers in Dangote should be allowed to unionize freely. But then the control from the board.
Well, they talked about the DCTDA, which is a creation of Dangote Refinery and its promoters, Aliko Dangote and Sayu Dantata. They say they're basically trying to prevent 10,000 imported CNG trucks from joining the union. But let's take another call.
Hello, good morning. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Please go ahead.
From Abia State.
All right, please go ahead, Uche.
Hello. The issue of pocket, what has happened in Lagos last weekend? It's a pity. This is 2025. I don't know what will happen in 2027 if it's being allowed that Bogri, the main political party will be using pocket in everywhere they go. It will be a difficult thing to, have election in 2027. In Abuja, the minister passed out what do you call them, beggars in Abuja. He didn't do away with progress or bomb in Abuja. We have seen what has happened in Abuja 1 time ago, or 2 weeks ago, or still last week, when a couple and a family just died because of what? Bomb. Please, we should do something regards to something in our election. Otherwise, I don't know what will be the outcome of 2027 during the general election. God bless you, people.
God bless you too. Thank you, Uche, for calling. So he's expressing concern that if this can happen in Lagos,
no, Uche is a caller and very consistent.
Yeah.
In making his position known that if there is no any independent, transparent, credible process, you can have a good, credible elections. You've been saying, even on radio, Uche. So I think the onus is now on the players in political space to ensure that we have a viable process that is credible and transparent. So all of us now think we have a democracy. Because if, as he's saying, Buvaimo and his people are saying that we were harassed by the police and thugs, the police should come out and tell us what happened. By keeping quiet, it means that is what happened. That is exactly what took place on Saturday at the weekend. Because people should be allowed to freely associate and pursue their political ambitions without fear or favor by the authority.
Okay, so we're still talking about, I mean, we're waiting for feedback from the meeting. Dangote-NUPENG will be meeting with the federal government this morning, and we hope that there'll be a peaceful resolution and all parties feel properly satisfied, because when the two elephants fight, the grass, which is the Nigerian citizens, will be the one to suffer the effect. But I want to do a connection from a headline on the Daily Trust, and then we'll come to the Guardian. Let's go back to the Daily Trust. If you look at the top left corner, gunmen kill 23 in Katsina, Kaduna, Plateau, Kwara, Niger. Then if you look at the bottom, you can see how Boko Haram killed 63 in Borno. This is a tale told by the survivors. Let's now go to the Guardian. Then if you look at the bottom left of the Guardian, you will see there, insecurity. Northern leaders demand state of emergency and sack of service chiefs. Do you believe, I mean, with all these stories, every day, there's a story of one killing in northern Nigeria, or several killings. I don't even believe that we report as many of the killings that actually happen as, you know, there's a sense that it happens even more frequently. And Nigerians are low-key becoming desensitized to it. Do you think that the sack of the service chiefs and the declaration of state of emergency in the north is the right way to go?
Let's do the scenario. Imagine that these killings are taking place in Lagos
south.
or Ibadan, southwest. But don't imagine. It never happen. When kidnappings were taking place in the southwest, the government was shaking and they got involved. So if, as I normally argue, who feels it knows it. These guys are feeling the pain in the north. And they are saying that these killings, they are becoming a normal routine. They are saying it every day. And some people are feeding fat, in quote, on it. And I'm becoming to even look at that thing again and say, is it a racket? And these guys feeding fat, people are dying.
Yes.
The northern leaders they know many things that we don't know. Yes, you're saying it. The president is on vacation. There is now involved in managing this crisis. People are dying. So if people are saying that you should start the security chiefs, they have a point. And if they are saying you won't sack them, then come and tell us what we are doing to avert further killings. You know, that's what is going on. So I don't blame people that are saying that the military chiefs should be called to order, should be called to question, should be sacked. They have enough reason for saying so because people are dying in their region.
Now, Mr. Habib Haruna, they say insanity is doing the same thing over and over again. We've seen this cycle of violence, condemnation, and then a condolence visit to the area. And then there's a lull in insecurity for a while before the next big insecurity event. And then it's rinse and repeat. But now we've seen the president wants to, rejig the architecture, the security architecture of Nigeria by suggesting the adoption of state policing. Previous governments they've been very skeptical about it. And some are saying, look, why are you doing this now? Do you want to use the state policing as a militia? Why don't we improve on the current model we have? What's your take on state policing? Is it the panacea to insecurity in Nigeria?
The fine question. And your remarks are fantastic. I am a firm believer of state police. Because Nigeria is a federal state. The federal structure must have residual powers with the state government. And state government should be able to police their different area. And people are saying that we are not right. We are not right. When are we going to be right?
I mean,
the
incident that happened on Saturday with the Badabo Road driver said the Deputy Commissioner of Police was almost acting like a gate man, ushering in the thugs into the venue. And that's a federal structure. So imagine a state police.
State police.
These are some of the fears of
that is not enough reason why there should not be state police. A state police that is being worked out. The law will be, there'll be many things. There'll be a legal framework, explicit legal framework that cipher the functions of state police and how they can be used. And how it can be used. If you use it to punish political opponents, it will be there.
We have things on paper, and
you cannot say because they will misuse it, then it will not be used. I don't think so. That is not tenable to me. What is tenable to me is that law and order should prevail above other things. That is the main thing.
Who finances the state police?
Pardon? And then you're pardon. If you look at, you see, that question is simplistic. If you look at the various state governments in Nigeria, they are the one following the police. When my guy was here, Governor Modi, he was doing everything for the police. 80% of the thing paid for by the state government. Even to tomorrow.
All right, we have a call.
So
let's try Fire from Lagos. Oh, we lost that.
So the state government has been paying for it. So it's not new. My only worry is that he's going to be abused. And that's why I said there must be a legal framework. Defining the functions of state police.
There's a legal framework.
And the legal framework is for, no.
Of the Nigerian police, but they run foul of it all the time.
Must be involved. The judiciary must be involved. If you don't fight to it, they go to court. Come to give judgment. We must be ready to run the country. Then we are ready or we are not. If you give ourselves to this argument, this film's argument.
Have you seen the behavior of Aruna Chamber? The way they were flogging youth copper in Anambra State?
No, but they're taking action on it.
Okay.
No, we should not. We should get against all these things.
Yes.
You get against these things. There's no way.
Will state police be able to stop the insurgency in the north, or a state of emergency?
It's part of it. It's part of it. It's part of the measures.
Let's go back to last weekend's incident in Lagos. The command, there's video evidence of this. They said all the allegations by Gbadebo Rose Rival and the ADC are false and unsubstantiated. You said you talked about the Police Act, and there's an act governing the behavior of the Nigerian police, but they run foul of it. Who would hold them accountable?
No, we don't take this for granted. When I was in government, something happened in Lagos then. Bado. God bless you. With God. Anytime Bado keep people, anytime people died, it will be on the front page. And my guy will be worried. Yes.
Rightly so.
No, you'll be worried. What is going on again? What is the problem again? He became so worried that when we went to commission the new building of Access Bank in Ekpe, he made it an issue. And now the story. He said, I must speak on it today. Anything these guys are saying, anything you are carrying on paper, people in government are watching, they are listening. I'm telling you, as someone that was involved.
How come the Nigerian police has
They are involved. I'm sure. Let me tell you something. Get it right now. Behind the curtain. The governor of this state will have called the CP. What is going on here? We can manage it.
It's very embarrassing.
No. Just send you. So police are trying to do it. They do it on their own. They're sacrifice.
So who then checks the police?
That's what I'm telling you directly now. I'm telling you directly, implicitly, that the government involved, the various government are also sensitive to this bad news. So that is why the media is very powerful. The media control these things. And with the addition of the social media, these guys are involved. And because Revival and his people, they have the video.
The videos are all over social media.
So these are the things that you cannot escape. Even the police commissioner will also be worried. Then the public space is being flogged, it's being tongue lashed. So all this is don't I'm telling you, they are worried. On Monday morning, you're going to be some of me. Come to my office. What is this? What is this? So they know. They know.
Well, the truth is, Nigerians don't really want. The worry is not the issue. The thing is the action.
Exactly. No, when the government intervene, next time the police will be more careful, more circumspect.
This happened in Kaduna. Do you know what we're seeing in social media? They're saying that what happened in Kaduna was them testing the waters, and after testing the waters, they saw that nothing came out of it. They're able to do it in
the opposition overdo it. How? Yes. No. Because no government will watch when there's a break of law and order.
So what's
Nobody's breaking that.
No. We are only listening to one of the story.
It's a meeting.
It's a meeting, but you know what transpired? Do you know what happened at that vicinity? No, the governor or the president, they have a duty to make sure there is law and order. And once you trample on it,
so what can be trampling of law and order? If I say that today I want to call a meeting, I'm formerly in Labour Party, I want to announce that I'm moving from Labour Party to ADC, I welcome my people, I'm doing health checks for the community. You know, what can possibly go wrong?
No, don't talk like that. We are talking like that because we are not involved. I will not tolerate anybody trampling on other people's rights and liberties.
Again,
but at the same time, at the same time, people that this man was in a wedding on Saturday, on Sunday, every fine.
Yes.
What happened? He spoke freely.
Exactly. So what kind of rights have been trampled upon him?
For him to now investigate, let the police tell us.
Can the police investigate itself and be expected to do a thorough job?
Don't forget that. The police has already said
I think we're directing the questions to Mr. Aruna like he's a police spokesperson.
I wonder, please. I'm only saying that we should be objective.
Yes, we get your point.
If you don't look at one side. When Rufai was governor of Kaduna State, we dare not know the meeting against him. This same Rufai making noise. We dare not. I'm saying it on record.
Yes.
So
we will decimate you.
So the
fact that is not
exactly
what happened.
But the fact that he did it then does not necessarily mean, and because he didn't check him then does not mean that we shouldn't check people now.
No,
people are more awake.
Right.
For the fact that the area boys were not checked in 2023.
But let's be objective.
Doesn't mean that
and not a single arrest has been. Who is going to pay for those
the speakers, everything that was
the coastal buses that
you go to court and seek damages. No.
He said he doesn't believe in the court.
That is the right thing to do.
Well,
that is right to do.
I think our time has come where we need to wrap up the show. Very interesting conversations on the front pages of the newspapers.
Absolutely.
It's so fast. I wonder how time runs.
I really wish management can increase break.
Started again.
Stop there.
7 hours.
7 hours.
We are, as for us, we're out of the studio, but Mr. Habib Haruna, it's always a delight to have you.
Absolutely.
The conversations we've had this morning, the bulk of them have been really heavy conversations, but we can't shy away from them because this is the reality of what's happening in the country. And as journalists, our responsibility is to bring the information to you. And we hope that we can continue to hold the stakeholders in these different industries to account and, hold them responsible.